deviant, criminal, or breaker of taboo, no art form has evolved quite like the tattoo. Despite having existed for thousands of years, the profession of tattooing began in Western culture only around 100 years ago. Since then, tattoo artists have changed the game with their unique styles and amazing skills, moving further than what we ever thought possible. Hello, my name is Avaleigh Fisher, and for the past 5 years, I wanted to be a tattoo artist. So when presented with the opportunity to explore a future career through the senior project, I obviously had to go with tattooing. I started off my project with my research paper, Marking Humanity, which analyzes the history and rise of tattooing in Western culture with an inward focus on the tattoo stigma. For the 40-hour project, I built a portfolio that displays a wide range of skills, styles, and sizes. And finally, to gain a better understanding of the practical demands of a tattoo artist, I shadowed Sarah Ide, who's a practicing tattoo artist of 17 years. Throughout history, tattoos have been used to carry deep personal meanings for the wearer. However, the beauty of the practice was often overshadowed by negative stereotypes. My research aimed to explore how, despite this long-standing stigma, tattooing has not only persisted, but flourished in modern society. To understand why, I first had to take a closer look at its past. The practice is deeply entwined with human history and is not limited to or confined to one time or place. Tattooing has been observed across the world, ranging from the Inuit people of the Arctic to tribes of South Africa. And cultures use tattoos for many reasons, such as to represent a new stage in life, for good luck, or to represent their social standing. In early European history, tattoos went mostly unseen due to their banishment from the church in 700 AD. However, with the rise of the colonial era, Europeans were introduced to the native practice. And because of its associations with cultures deemed as savage or underdeveloped, the practice was also deemed as such. All while tattooing was being eradicated in cultures across the world via means of European colonialism, subgroups such as sailors, soldiers, and even the European social elite were adopting the practice. King George V actually had a tattoo of a dragon on his arm. Now, moving on to post-war America, and progressive shifts in the country sparked the counterculture movement of the 60s and 70s. From this came subcultures that we see today, like punks, goths, and bikers, who all embraced tattoos. From this came popular new artists like Ed Hardy, who changed the game. And with that, standards improved, leading to cleaner, more beautiful tattoos. And now we're here today, where it's almost impossible to find someone who doesn't have one. Now, for my 40-hour project, I set out to build a portfolio that displayed my artistic skill, showed variety, and most importantly, showed my personal style. My aim was to create 5 small drawings, 2 medium ones, and 1 large drawing. But in the end, I actually created 3 small ones, 1 medium one, and 2 large ones. And what I used for this project were my iPad, my sketchbook, and the drawing program Procreate. I always start off my sketches or drawings with a sketch, which provides a certain fluidity and decisiveness that I can't really achieve with digital art. From this, I take photos and upload that into my drawing program, which I use as the foundation for the digital half. For these first 2 pieces, I aimed to focus on practicality and variety. The bird uses the American traditionalist style with heavy line work and gradient shading, and the cat, while it's not in any particular style, it uses hatchwork, which is a common tattoo technique. And I created these 2 pieces for Sarah during my job shadow. For the flowers, I designed something that's stylized yet realistic and visually pleasing. And for the sun and moon piece, the client didn't really have anything in mind. They just wanted it to be cartoony, so that's what I drew up. And these final 2 pieces were what took up most of my time, as you can clearly see. Both pieces were designed to be full leg tattoos. And for the dragon, I focused mostly on consistency, detail, and stylization, which you can mostly see in the scales and the smoke. And for my abstract piece, it was supposed to be smaller, but it just ended up growing until I felt like it was complete. And this one was what I had the most fun with because it allowed me to let loose, but also to create balance with an abstract style. So it was really fun to explore that. And in total, I spent over 70 hours on my 40-hour project, and I'm incredibly proud of the results. It helped me to be more capable with my digital art skills, have more confident line art, and overall, it just improved my creativity. Now moving on to my job shadow, I shadowed with Sarah Ide at Dan's Tattoo Shop here in Wallace. And when I first met Sarah, I was pretty intimidated by her, and it's safe to say I still am. On the first day, her client did not show up, and not wanting me to miss out on an observation, she went onto her computer, found a picture, printed it out, slapped it on her leg, and started tattooing herself, which I really think sets the scene. And we spent the whole day in discussion. I learned about everything from supply costs to certifications to antique tattoo rigs. And at the end of the day, Sarah asked me to draw up some stuff for her clients, which made me feel like I was truly a professional. The second day was a lot busier, so while Sarah was focused on her clients, I kind of just sat in the corner and worked on the line art. But the highlight of this day was getting to look through her massive portfolio, which has drawings dating up to 10, 15 years back. And that truly put into perspective just how much dedication and effort it takes to build like a qualified tattoo portfolio. And at the end of the day, the highlight of the overall experience was her asking if I wanted to apprentice her, which I thought was really cool and just shows that it was a successful job shadow. Now, what have I learned? My time with Sarah taught me a lot about the technical side of being a tattoo artist, but more importantly, it taught me about the true grit, dedication, and hard work it takes to succeed in the practice. Tattoo artists face constant challenges, which can make the job very overwhelming, but it also provides tattoo artists provide something that other people can't, which is a permanent artwork that lives and breathes with you, which in turn makes this job very rewarding. Now on for the final question, will I pursue tattooing as a career? Well, there's a really good chance, but I'm not entirely sure. I first want to pursue a bachelor's degree at the University of Idaho in fine arts. From there, I might pursue a master's degree, enter the workforce, or pursue tattooing. Regardless, this project provided me great insight into my abilities and into my future, which is something that I'll always value. Now, thank you. Are there any questions?